So first off, on day one, lads, we're starting with a superset of bodyweight single leg calf raises for 15 each side and our Nordic falls. Remember, with the Nordics, now you'll be doing these partner assisted unless you have access to a machine like this. We're looking for the straight line from our shoulder down to our knee. So squeezing the glutes, pushing the hips through to maintain that straight line, and we're fighting the fall for as long as possible. Okay, so gravity is going to want to pull us down. We're going to need to call on those hamstrings to fight the fall for as long as possible. For the single leg calf raise, body weight is absolutely fine, and we can just do these standing on the ground, or if you want to increase the range of motion, we can do them off a step. So 15 each side, holding it for a second at the top, and then when you have 15 on one side, obviously we're switching over to the other. Next up, we have dumbbell bench press supersetted with Russian twists. So 4 Russian twists with a rugby ball, medicine ball, whatever it is you have. We're going to tuck those legs in around a 120 angle and just shifting it, rotating it from side to side, but keeping that core solid in between. So that ball is going to rotate, but my core is staying where it is. Okay, so just imagining like I was with a rugby ball, passing from the hip left to right. You can see here from the back that core is staying solid. It's just a ball moving. That is supersetted with our dumbbell bench press. Okay, so make sure we have our shoulders pinned back against the bench, our elbows tucked in, similar to our push-ups, so we don't want the chicken arm. And the tempo on this is 3-1-1. So that means we're going to come down on the way down, counting out 3, 2, 1, hold for a second, and back up with 1. Okay, I'm probably going a little bit too fast, but the main point is just to keep it nice, controlled on the way down, explosive on the way up. Okay, our TRX row is next. So we're going to start with the knuckles turned over and bring them to a neutral grip as we progress through that movement. So at the end of that range of motion, we should be at a neutral grip. To make that harder or easier, we just increase the angle. So if we want to make that easier, we come out further from the wall. To make it harder, we move those feet in closer to the wall. If you find them too easy, go on to chin-ups. Only if we can do them properly. Okay, so chin up over the bar, full extension at the bottom. Full lockout at the top, full extension at the bottom. Next up is our hex bar deadlift, so our primary lower limb lift. Now you're only progressing onto this if you have been told by myself, if you pass that squat screen. So remember, we push the ground away with the legs, not pulling with the arms. I have slowed this video down, lads, but that's the position we're looking for. Think that I'm in there with you and I've got that pole on your back. Before we lift, all parts of our back should be in contact with that pole. What that means is our back is nice and straight with a neutral spine. Remembering our jean pockets, so tuck them shoulder blades, squeeze them back into our jeans pockets. It's in the name that it's a deadlift, so do not bounce this off the ground. Come to a dead stop before we lift again. Remember, key points, push the ground away with the legs, so lock the back in. What I mean by that, stick the shoulder blades into the back pocket, chest nice and big, pinching them shoulder blades back. Push the ground away. Control tempo on this as well. It's a 3-1-1 once again. If we haven't been told that we can move on to hex bar deadlift, we're staying on our goblet squat. Alright, so squat pattern is the same. Move those hips first, down to parallel and back up. Just holding a dumbbell or kettlebell in a goblet squat position. From behind, what we're looking for is that everything is up and down in one line. There's no shifting of the hips from side to side. It's slow and controlled. It's nice and strong. Remembering, same thing, someone from behind pulling you back with a rope, keeping that back nice and straight. An ultimate exercise of day one is our split squats, lads. So we're in a split stance, and separate to the lunge, we stay in this split stance. We don't alternate after every rep. Okay, so key coaching points. As we're down at the bottom of that split squat, we want about a 5 centimeter gap, or sorry, a 15 centimeter gap, like one of those small little rulers between our heel of the lead leg and our knee of the back leg. Okay, we can have a slight forward lean. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfectly 90 degree at that angle of our lead leg, like we're accelerating. Okay, so we can have a little angle in that shin at the bottom of our split squat. Okay, keeping the neutral spine. Again, we can have a little forward lean in our trunk, but the main thing is that the back is straight and this is slow and controlled. Please do not do this weighted if you can't control it in your own body weight. Get good with your body weight and then we will progress on. Finishing off day one, we have a core exercise, our plank. Okay, we talk about the Mount Rushmore of exercises. This is definitely up there. Straight line from our shoulder all the way down to our heels. Should be able to eat dinner off your back without any of it falling on the ground. So we're not shaking like a leaf, rock solid.